this emotional if it happened?
It's extremely difficult. I feel like let my teammates down tonight.
When you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, this is what happens naturally. You know, as they say, pressure busts pipes. You know, it does. Pressure busts pipes. And this is what happened to Josh Allen, man. They had a very interesting stat during the telecast before overtime started. And it went along the lines of Josh Allen being 0-6 during the regular season in overtime games and 0-2 in playoff games when they went into overtime. So basically, he's never won a game if it went into overtime. That is nuts, considering how prestigious of a quarterback he is and how, he's kept in high regard around the league. So for him to never have won an overtime game and have been a former league MVP is kind of nuts. So if you believe in stats and statistics, like a lot of people do, then you pretty much knew he was doomed to begin with once that game went into overtime. I thought they lost the game when they went up 27-23. You had the ball, you had Denver dead to rights, and you walked away with a goddamn field goal. That's when they lost the game, in my opinion. They had the opportunity to put their foot on Denver's throat. They were up 24-23. They were running the ball. They had the time of possession of, I think, 7-minute, 8-minute drive. They got the ball all the way down to about under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they walked away with a field goal. That's what lost them the game ultimately. If you score in that drive, potentially go for 2, go up 9, as Tony Romo and those guys were talking about, then you put Denver in a really tough situation. But instead, you came away with 3. And in this league, and you're in the red zone, you got to punch it in, especially when you get deep into the playoffs. So, no Burrow, no Lamar, no Patrick, and Josh still came up short at the end of the day. You can dissect the games. Yes. Is he not responsible for all of these losses? No, he's not. He's probably more responsible for this loss because of all the turnovers. But is he responsible for the other losses? No, of course not. Their team, oriented. McDermott shares the blame in a lot of those decisions where they lost some of those games, especially KC. So, that's just how it is. You got to fight through the adversity. And I think this is probably the end of the line for Sean McDermott as head coach. And I think he knows that. That's why he was grasping for straws at the end of the press conference talking about the interception play. Listen, it's a bang-bang play, but it looked like an interception. Let's be honest. He sounds like a desperate man on his way out the door. So, hey, man, Josh Allen goes down once again. Buffalo Mafia have to wait another year.